Welcome, friends, to Tier 6 of the Ocean Mystery Iceberg that Bones and I made. This will be the second last entry of our iceberg, and if you'd like to see any subjects talked about in further detail, please comment them down below. And please like this video and share it with a friend who is afraid of the ocean. And without further ado, allow me to drag you down to the world's largest graveyard. Call of the Deep, which is similar to Call of the Void, is an intrusive thought that many divers have when they sit on the edge of an underwater cliff and think, maybe I should just go a little deeper. The most famous of this is the Blue Hole in Belize. Just off the shore of Belize, you can see a large hole where the ocean suddenly drops off to 125 meters deep. Once you get to about 30 meters deep, you notice that there's a small light towards the bottom of the hole. This is known as the arch, and many people have said that when you look down at the arch from the cliff, it has a sort of power that draws you in. The mystery of what that mysterious light might be is what draws the curious minds to go and investigate, but this unfortunately turns deadly. If you want to learn more about the Blue Hole, we will link an interesting documentary about it and the people who have passed. Please don't listen to the call though, because at the bottom might just be quackers is yet another mysterious noise, but this one is deeper on the list due to its story, because one day a Soviet submarine was going about its business when they suddenly started hearing a frog-like sound following the sub. But nothing appeared on the sonar, which led the captain to believe that it wasn't a man-made object. After being followed for a while, the captain even went off course to try and find what was making the mysterious noise, and after a bit he just headed back to land. Then they heard one last quack. Whether monster or man, the ocean always has another mystery, like our next subject. The Sea People invasions happened between 1200 and 900 BCE. They were a people who were mostly lost to time, and they ravaged through Egypt and its surrounding areas for hundreds of years. But their origins are a mystery today. And although it is believed that the Egyptians knew who they were and where they were from, it was never really recorded and assumed to have just been common knowledge to an average Egyptian. This is definitely a subject we'll be making a full video about, because we love the history, theories, and events that we have to go through to properly explain all of it. And this is definitely going to be one to look out for in the future. Something these mysterious people might have believed, though, is the cosmic ocean is a religious and mythological motif used in plenty of religions. The core belief is that before the Earth, there was a primordial ocean, which gave life to the whole universe. This is also usually the means to the end for many religions, due to massive floodings, or the sky, which they believe to be the upper sea, falling back onto us. Many of these beliefs thought that we have come from the cosmic ocean, and we will once again be forcibly returned to her. Makes you really think of the way we've been treating our world lately. And unfortunately, our next subject was spawned by the cosmic ocean. The Black Demon. For generations in Mexico and off the coast of California and the Gulf of Mexico, there have been hundreds of reports of a near 50-foot-long all-black shark that is said to be extremely aggressive. And although there has never been a confirmed sighting, doesn't disprove much, because for decades, half-eaten whales have been washing ashore these coasts. Theories for what this shark may be vary. Some say it's a megalodon, like in Tier 1, but scientists believe that if it does exist, it's probably a great white that has grown to its full potential and has hypermelanistic, which is having too much melanin, or the opposite of albinism. But if you remember back to Tier 4, where there was a 9-foot-long great white that was rapidly pulled down and the temperatures for stomachs didn't make sense, the best theory I've seen for that the black demon got a hold of her and drug her down in one clean chomp. This may also explain what happened to our next subject. 2,600 feet down at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, there lies a ship that history forgot. We know surprisingly a lot, yet so little about this wreck. For instance, we know it was made between the 1800 and 1830 due to the fact that it was made with eastern pine wood, which is only made in Virginia. And the ship was sheathed in copper, which means it is unlikely to be a merchant ship due to the cost. And since there were no weapons, it couldn't have been a battleship. So it was almost certainly a trade ship, and an expensive one at that. But we don't know how it sank, who was on it, or even what it was transporting, or why it seems so cursed. In 2001, an Exxon oil rig accidentally drilled a hole right through the previously undiscovered ship and immediately reported it to authorities. Then, between 2002 and 2003, they tried to make 6 separate trips down to the ship with unmanned submersibles. 5 of the 6 malfunctioned when getting close to the ship, and 3 of them were never recovered. Even when the one did get to the ship, it was only able to get a small piece of copper that had no markings. They haven't tried to get any more samples in 20 years, which makes one wonder what this mysterious cursed ship is hiding. Speaking of things that are hiding, Phantom Islands. Over the course of history, there have been many documented cases of islands that are on maps for decades. Then, when people go to explore them, they seem to just disappear. I've heard a few theories regarding these islands, the most plausible of which is that there's some sort of signature for the cartographer. That way, if someone tries to copy the fake island, they would know that they were using the original map's design. Some of these are incredibly interesting, though, like Thule, an island that has been reported and recorded by a ton of Greek and Roman maps and in literature. It was usually depicted as having sea monsters swimming around it and was considered to be very dangerous to travel to. Then, eventually on maps, it just disappeared. Modern people believe it might have been Ireland, but that's boring. And to be honest, Bones told me that one of those crazy sea monsters just up and ate it. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this with a friend who would listen to the Call of the Deep. Please check out some of our other ocean videos. We make new videos every 2 weeks, so be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out. This has been the world's largest graveyard, and remember, stay safe out there, friends.